Great. Okay. When the mic's not go live. Okay. Welcome everyone to the bunker. I'm the Derby Nerd here with Kate Silver, and you are watching the Layer9.ca presentation of the 2017 rollout. Gonna have a pretty good night of Derby here. 2 games coming up, including a shorter game to kick things off tonight. And Kate, is this your first rollout?
This is my first rollout. I just moved to Toronto last year, so I'm really excited to check this out. Tell me about the history of this.
In 9, it was called Clam Slam at the time, so this is the 9th edition of rollout that we've
Wow.
had. And there are 12 leagues represented tonight in the 2 games, and we've had skaters from all over North America play at this tournament, or in this event, including skaters from Bay Area Derby Girls, from DC Roller Girls, from Naptown. We've had skaters literally from East, West, North, and South play in this tournament.
That's really incredible to hear. And so as I understand it, this weekend starting on Thursday, and there's events Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so this is a good place for queer skaters and their allies to join in, have a good time, skate with friends.
Absolutely. Derby, of course, is famous for its great names, and the names are even better at rollouts.
They're really good.
And so we're going to kind of feed them out to you over the course of this first game, which is going to feature 2 teams, the Blundstone Brigade and the Glitterati. They skate as these teams for the last few years, but of course there's not a lot of continuity in these teams.
Yeah.
They do try and balance them out so that we get good, close games, and to be honest, they're usually pretty close.
That's great. That's exciting. The Blundstone Brigade, that's as I understand it, the Blundstone is a type of shoe. I'm not Canadian, not from Toronto, but a Blundstone is a type of shoe that is very famous with in Australia. It's an Australian shoe.
Company, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, yeah.
But also famous in Canada. All right, we're going to take you to the action now here at the bunker.
These teams are warming up now. This is the Glitterati warming up. We have Blossom practicing with the star on her helmet.
We are running a little bit late. We don't usually have events on Thursday nights. It's pretty tough to get to Downsview Park, go figure, on a Thursday night. So we're just waiting for bodies to arrive, and that's put us a little bit behind. So we're going to go to game in about 4 minutes. I think we're going to take a quick break, though, and we'll be back in about 4 minutes with the first game of the 2017 rollout. Oh, yes. You're on your own. Yeah. Is that all right? Yeah. We haven't seen Slam yet.
Probably nothing like everyone else.
Yeah.
So, no big deal. Chris is setting up sound, so
Okay. Figure out what to do. Any idea what you're doing?
Looks like intro, go to commercial.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking with Rogers.
Right.
We'll go to
My
commercial.
phone tells me Layer 9 is broadcasting live. Guess I could watch my phone.
got an empty screen.
All right, and we are back once again. The Bunker, 2017 rollout. This is a Layer 9 production in coordination with Toronto Roller Derby. Once again, I'm the Derby Nerd here with Kate Silver, and we are just about to get our first game underway, the Blundstone Brigade and the Glitterati. And as our venue announcer, Bill Murray, introduces these two teams, we will let you know who they are, who the skaters are, and where they skate from. As I mentioned in our introduction, we've got 12 leagues represented.
That's a lot of leagues, nerd.
It is, and all from Ontario, except of course Queen City, sending a few representatives to play tonight.
They're honorarily Ontarians.
Absolutely. They've been playing here for as long as we've had Derby here in this province. So we've got a lot of skaters skating under new names, special names, just for RollOut, which is a tradition. And I think some of the most creative names I've ever seen in history
Very creative.
have come from RollOut. So first off, we're going to meet the Glitterati. They are the skaters in white. And that is Dr. Manhattan, also known as Nom de Guerre. Taboma from Niagara Roller Girls recently just skated here at the Bunker against the Vipers for Niagara. Gorshak from Toronto Roller Derby skates for the champion Chicks Ahoy. We've also got Venus Envy, who skates for the Mixon Vixens League. Heckenal Biggie Brawls from Northumberland Roller Girls. Beefcake from Toronto Roller Derby.
It's a great name.
It is a great name. May recognize her as Batman. We've got V-Rex all the way here from Thunder Bay Roller Derby. And our final skater on the Glitterati is Blossom, skating number 77 here from Toronto Roller Derby.
And we got in the black the Blundstone Brigade. So Rainbow Roll skates under Slashimi with the Vipers for Toronto Roller Derby. No Slack in the Stack, also known as Sherlock, skates at Toronto Roller Derby and on the Chicks Ahoy home team. Nasty Muff, Headlock Holmes from Royal City Roller Derby from Guelph, Ontario. Devon Rex, same name in the regular season, Toronto Roller Derby. Two Spirit, great name, Flight of the Conchords. They skate for Toronto Roller Derby and the Smoke City Bandits. Robosexual, usually skating under Scandinavian for the Chicks Ahoy and Toronto Roller Derby. Warrior Humper, Resista from Hamilton. Brittany Sears, aka Hillary Durham from Peterborough. By Furious, typically Betty Rage, coming from Peterborough. Crystal Queer, also known as Gigawatts, skates for the Death Track Dolls in Toronto Roller Derby. And then Showell Wrecker, under the same name, from Niagara Roller Girls.
So our first game here will be two 20-minute halves. The second game coming up right after this one will be a full regulation bout. So 220s playing under the WFTDA rule set. And we will kick things off with the national anthem. And as we mentioned, RollOut kicks off Pride Weekend here in Toronto. And we've had some great events over the year. We had Peaches blow at the opening whistle when World Pride was in Toronto.
That's amazing.
That was a pretty,
she was back in town on Monday.
Yes, that's right. And I'm sure Southern Ontario Roller Derby was well represented.
Oh, absolutely.
In Toronto.
I hear there were special shirts made.
I might have seen some.
Two spear hits going up against Blossom. Blossom gets through really quickly on the inside there.
Blossom skating for the Toronto Vipers. Two Spirit having a hard time getting through this pack. V-Rex holding the inside line.
Blundstone Brigade setting up in the back, getting ready for Blossom. She's able to get through quickly, though. Gets a quick, looks like that. To Glitterati.
Blossom holding on there to the last minutes. And you know, this is a pretty fun event. I think everyone is here for a good time. But as soon as that whistle blows, it's funny how the roller derby just kicks in and the struggle begins on the track.
The struggle is so real, nerd. You just gotta go at it. Nom de Guerre now. Oh, excuse me. Dr. Manhattan against Devon Rex. So many nom de guerres in this this game here.
Exactly.
And the doctor gets through lead jam for Glitterati.
So 2 in a row now for Glitterati here early on. Seeing some nice adjustments from the Glitterati. Exit hit though from Shoal Wrecker, but first penalty of the game is going to go to the Blundstone Brigade.
Oh, little fall on there. Nasty buff as Dr. Manhattan runs. No call there. Through for a grand slam, natural grand slam for the Glitterati.
Devon Rex having a hard time getting through the pack. Moving slowly down the back stretch. And very quickly through Dr. Manhattan with a nice little move from the outside in. Picks up a grand slam. Glitterati out to an early lead. 14-0 now, 2 minutes in.
Devon Rex still looking for some room. Some good tripod work there in the front by the folks in white.
Now this game would be defined at an intermediate level, is
Yes.
what we're calling it. So a lot of members of Toronto's Vipers, for example, skating in this roster. And the Mixon Vixens, too, a lower contact league here in Toronto that's been operating for quite a few years now. Also representing this game. Another penalty, this time going to Glitterati's Squirtle.
Squirtle. I am all about the Pokemon theme names. Dr. Manhattan coming up against the back of Rainbow Roll. Gets knocked out. Exit hit by Shoal Wrecker. Looks like Devon Rex felt the same fate there, both getting recycled around to the straightaway. Jam comes to its natural conclusion. 4 more points for the Glitterati. Score is 23-0. Glitterati.
Niagara Roller Girls show a record looking very good early on here in this first game. We're coming up to just over 3 minutes in. We're not going to have an overlay, so we're going to try to remember to keep you updated on the scores. The Toronto Roller Derby season has come to a conclusion.
That is correct.
This is kind of an add-on bout here at the bunker. This is the first time that we've been to the bunker since 2012 for RollOut.
Blossom on the line again. She gets out again for a quick lead. Crystal Queer now jamming for the Blundstone Brigade. And she's still stuck up in the pack.
Heckin' Ally and Squirtle and Gorshak getting some hits in. And Crystal Queer now through initial pass complete, but Blossom's already picked up a grand slam and is looking for a few more as we just approach the 5-minute mark here, the opening period.
Blossom finds a little room on the outside, picks up a few more points. So that'll put the Glitterati up. Let's see what goes up with the jam ref. Looks like that's Major Buzzkill conferring with one of the outside pack refs. Decides not to put any points on the board. Scores 28-0. Glitterati.
Big start for the Glitterati. Blundstone Brigade looking at a bit of a gap now. It's going to be even in... Nope. One in the pack, sorry, for the Glitterati. So Blundstone Brigade will have a 4-3 pack advantage here, and they'll try and get their first points of the game and a quick lead jammer status for Rainbow Roll, who is having a great season for the Vipers as Slashimi.
Rainbow Roll has a really fearless style when they jam and really likes those lines, as we see there. Gets out with some points.
And one of your teammates jamming there for the Glitterati. So the first points on the board for the Blundstone Brigade. 28-4 now.
So on the board. Feels good to go on the board. On the line now for Blundstone Brigade. That's By Furious going up against Dr. Manhattan once again. Glitterati playing a pretty tight jammer rotation, seems like.
Both tucked up tightly against that line. Blundstone Brigade looking to add.
Both jammers stuck up in the pack, all 4 for the Glitterati. Up there, doing some great defense against By Furious. She gets knocked to the end by Heckin' Ally. Dr. Manhattan, though, getting out first, lead jam Glitterati.
By Furious has done all that work to push the pack ahead, but got drawn back and hasn't moved beyond turn 1. And Dr. Manhattan around and scoring nice offense there from Blossom, just opening up enough of a lane to allow her jammer through for 5.
By Furious keeps on coming up against the butt of Heckin' Ally, doing a great job just staying right on her.
Heckin' Ally, one of the more experienced skaters in this game, began skating for Durham Region Roller Derby many years ago now. Skated for the Motor City Madams before transferring to Toronto Roller Derby and skating for the Chicks Ahoy.
By Furious now finally out on her initial pass. Dr. Manhattan already with 15 points on the jam. She hits the pack. Tries to get a few more doesn't look like she got any on that, but 15 points for the Glitterati. Holds the Blundstone Brigade scoreless for the jam.
It looks like Venus Envy is going to get an opportunity, but we have a timeout now called by the Blundstone Brigade. So again, we are playing a regulation game, and even with the 20-minute halves, each team is getting 3 timeouts and 1 official review per half. That is Hakuna Maitatas on the bench. The Blundstone Brigade.
And I'm not sure the jam timer here, Picante, playing the role of leather-clad jam timer.
Even the NSOs are fancy at the rollout.
Yeah, Pika was really sporting a really nice mustache. It was very, very much doing a drag king type of thing.
And events like this rollout really it come from that the core of the flat track roller derby community and its central role that the LGBTQ community plays in it. And this event was born out of the creation of Vagine Regime Canada, which is the Canadian version of Vagine Regime, which still operates in the United States, as far as I know.
That's correct.
And so it was born out of this back in 2009, and Vagine Regime Canada used to play against other teams, but under that moniker for a few years, the first few years of the Clam Slam.
We're back at the action here. Looks like that's Venus Envy skating for Glitterati going against Two Spirit. Two Spirit finds some room on the outside. Lead jam for the Blundstone Brigade.
Show a wrecker with a nice drag back on Venus Envy. And Two Spirit, who does not generally jam for the Smoke City Bandits, but they've got lead jammer here and now scoring points.
They're looking great out there, finding lots of room on the outside, taking advantage of those holes. But now V-Rex, turn one.
I think V-Rex has traveled the farthest to be here, coming from Thunder Bay.
That's quite a trip.
And to the best of my knowledge, the first skater from Thunder Bay to skate in this event. There is a former Thunder Bay skater, one of the co-founders of Thunder Bay Roller Derby, skates for Toronto Roller Derby now, Boxcar. Skated for many years in Thunder Bay.
There's another Thunder Bay alum who just joined the Vipers. Red.
Here for the Vipers.
Absolutely.
I think it's she is the leading scorer and jammer for the Vipers this season so far.
So it looks like we're on a power jam. Looks like there's a forearm on Venus Envy. So that's going to give more energy to this jam on the Blundstone Brigade. So let's see how much ground they can gain on this power jam.
And I wonder if coming out of the penalty box, I just noticed that Beefcake, skater also known as Batman, is pivoting here, and I wonder if we'll see a star pass coming out of the penalty box from Venus Envy.
Speaking of Beefcake, big hit there to Two Spirit.
And then Beefcake took a big hit from Crystal Queer. They are, of course, teammates on the Death Track Dolls with you, Kate Silver. Finalists in Toronto Roller Derby this year.
Finalists indeed.
Just nearing the midway points of this first half, 43-19, Glitterati in the whites, leading over the Blundstone Brigade, but the Blundstone Brigade just put 15 points down on that last jam to get back into this, within 24 now.
So that's Squirtle on the line. Little nice opening up of the hips, gets lead jam, neck and neck with Rainbow Roll. Rainbow Roll trying to do some jammer on jammer defense. Oh, a swing and a miss on Squirtle. Laughs it off. Keeps going.
Squirtle does usually play in the pack, is accustomed to mixing it up physically, was trying to get a hit in on the jammer.
That's the problem, nerd. If you're going fast, especially on this slippy, brunky floor, and you try to do something like that, you're increasing your chances of absolutely biffing it, looking like a total doofus.
But when you do miss, it looks so good.
You know, for everybody except you.
It looks like Blossom is going to be jamming again for Glitterati.
Looks like going against Sherblock, or also known as No Slack in the Sack.
No Slack in the sack. No Slack having a hard time now, one to beat, but it is Devon Rex, or Biggie Brawls, excuse me.
Blossom coming up for her scoring pass. Pushing through tripod of Blundstones. Gets knocked out by Showell Wrecker. She's going to call it off, but it looks like the Blundstone Brigade was able to pick up a even Steven 3-3 for both of these teams.
And there's going to be looked like it was going to be a significant pack advantage, but it's going to be 4-3 is how it's going to. Heckin' Ally, Gorshak, and Beefcake out there for Glitterati, and the Blundstone Brigade tucked up against the jam line. That's going to force Glitterati back. Devon Rex for the Blundstone Brigade on the outside, but coming right up through the middle, it's Squirtle. It's their lead jammer for the Glitterati.
Squirtle taking the moment to redeem herself. Little hop on it inside, no one sees her. Natural grand slam for Squirtle.
A nice star pass right over the pack, and now Robosexual is your jammer for the Blundstone Brigade.
Also someone we don't see jam a lot, so good to see her with the star in hand.
Lots of skaters mixing it up tonight here at RollOut, and it's a track cut to Squirtle, so it's going to be a power jam Blundstone Brigade. Still down by 29 points. Robosexual, though, looking on this one, and there's a minute left on the jam clock.
Robosexual, one to beat, hits her teammate. Heckin' Ally in the front, gets through, one to beat. Out of play called on Venus Envy. That is 5 points for the team in black.
Robosexual looking for more. Pack lets her through. Squirtle coming out of the penalty box, hits the pack hard, and there's going to be a back block right back into the penalty box. Power jam continues for the Blundstone Brigade.
That's a rough one. First contact right out of the box. Robosexual now pushing up, trying to find some room. Pack is moving at a slow clip. Her team gets a goat in the back. She's out. 5-point grand slam.
And Robosexual collapses at the start line. A blocker for the Chicks Ahoy here in Toronto.
Off the track. Just don't mind me. I'm gonna take a breather here.
When you put that pivot stripe on, it means you might be jamming. 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening half. 53-32. Blundstone Brigade with another big jam. They've got 25 of their points on just 2 jams.
So the score now, Glitterati.
And it looks like a timeout has been called. Not sure to who, but a good opportunity for us to thank with us throughout the year, like Klutz Mega Company, for example. Think of yourself as a gift and put a bow on it. Accessories to outfit the offbeat individual. Gracie Klutz is bringing back her popular pinups by Gracie and adding bow ties and Wonder Geek bags and purses. Get your flirty plus nerdy fancy on. Klutz Mega Co. Thank you for supporting Toronto Roller Derby all season in the 2017 season.
Blundstone Brigade, yeah.
Yeah, and our hard analysis of this game so far. And therefore, they have the lead.
I think they've been jamming more regular jammers, whereas Blundstone is using more variety, although this jam is not supporting that claim. Rainbow Roll on the line now, usually jammer for the Vipers. She gets through very quickly, lead jam for the Blundstone Brigade.
Rainbow Roll, again known as Slashini. Penalty box, though, is very quickly exiting, including Squirtle. So the power jam has ended.
Rainbow Roll calls it off, probably a bit too early. Squirtle still on her initial pass. She's able to get 2 points, though, for the Blundstone Brigade.
Again, we're seeing the experienced Glitterati line come out of Heckin' Ally, Beefcake, and Gorshak with Taboma. Skates for Niagara.
Jamming for Blundstone Brigade is No Slack in the Sack, going up against Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan now lead jammer for the Glitterati.
Slack gets knocked out by Gorshak and dragged back. And suddenly around now and scoring is the Glitterati jammer.
Dr. Manhattan through natural grand slam for the Glitterati. No Slack. Getting kind of manhandled here by Gorsuch, her teammate on the Chicks Ahoy.
Oh, and a nice little hop of the apex for Dr. Manhattan for that second scoring pass. Another 5 points on the board. But Slack is now racing ahead, trying to force a call off. And she gets it. Jam called off now 63-34 after a 10-0 Glitterati jam. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the opening half.
10 more points for Dr. Manhattan.
Now, I believe this is the final event of the year at the bunker. Is that true, Kate Silver?
No, I believe in August.
Okay.
I want to say the Toronto Roller Derby All-Star will be against the Kalamazoo Roller Derby travel team. And there is another opponent who is yet to be named.
Okay. Thank you for correcting me. The Derby Darlings back to the bunker for the first time in years. That'll be a nice return for Kalamazoo.
Absolutely. The All-Stars played them last year. I was not on that team, but did come out victorious. And so that they took it to Kalamazoo. So Kalamazoo is returning to favor, coming out here.
And if memory serves, I believe that was the third time those two teams have played, and I think Toronto has picked up the victory every time.
That's let's see what Kalamazoo had a tournament, I believe, up in K-Down Shakedown. And
back on the track, jam continues. Grand slam for the Blundstone Brigade. It was a power jam as Blossom was in the penalty box on a back block.
Blossom's return start, yelling for pivot, gets the start past the Biggie Brawls. Crystal Queer coming around, has so far collected 9 points for the Blundstone Brigade. She speeds up, passes a few, calls it off. Looks like that's 2 more for their Blundstone Brigade. So they've got 45, Glitterati 63. Less than 2 minutes left in the period.
Another big jam from a non-traditional jammer. We just saw Robosexual pick up 10. Now Crystal Queer with 11. So going deep into the bench looking for jammers.
Rainbow Roll, though, one of the more traditional jammers in the rotation for the Vipers, back on the line for the Blundstone, up against Dr. Manhattan, who has been very productive so far. Back in. And a cut on the Blundstone Brigade. Power jam for the Glitterati.
Both these jammers are key pieces of the jammer rotation for the 2017 Vipers. So I know
By Furious, trying to slow up Dr. Manhattan. Probably good she didn't make much contact because that would have been an out-of-play block.
Pack now is being slowed up. Brittany Sears, goated for Dr. Manhattan, who has a lot of momentum, comes around turn 2. A nice little move from the inside out, picks up the Grand Slam. So every time the Blundstone Brigade gets a little bit closer, the Glitterati lay down a big jam, as we're seeing right now. 10 points on the board so far.
I think Dr. Manhattan is a big part of that. So far, 15 points on the jam. She, I don't have the exact stats, but I would guess she has something like maybe, I'd say, half the points for the team so far.
I think we could say that. We're allowed to make up the stats at the
We're
RollOut.
allowed
It's
to
okay.
speculate.
We'll not have enough time here to get another jam in the second half in the first half unless there's a timeout called. That was a 19-0 jam when all was said and done. Oh, and it looks like there was an attempt at an OR being called, and I think they're going to give it to Akuna Maitatas, a.k.a. Swearwolf, the bench coach for the Vipers. And, we're going to get 1 second left. So we are going to get one more jam in here in the opening half. I guess the Blundstone Brigade did not want to end on that 19-0 jam for the Glitterati.
Yeah, you want to get another more derby in. I think at an event like this, the more derby, the better.
That's right.
No matter what the score is.
No ranking points on the line tonight.
0 ranking points.
Bragging points, potentially, if you're watching in Toronto, you can go to the Steady tonight for the 2017 RollOut After Party, and you can help one of these teams brag, whoever wins. That's all they get, so...
It's brag, you could possibly buy them a drink.
You could do that, too. But I think the bragging is the most important point.
Everybody already paid for the shirts, so...
That timeout is being taken as an OR, but no, it's not going to be granted. We are going to go into halftime. Sorry. So we are into a 10-minute halftime. 82-45 is the score on the Derby Nerd here with Kate Silver. We'll be back for a whole other half of Derby coming up.
See you in a few. Oh, hey! I'm getting the shot.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Do, 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 do. Okay.
Let's go to the bar.
All right. Here we have Black Line accessories for all of your leather good needs.
Nobody's taking pictures. Guess we should go to Monster Muffin.
Yeah.
Say hello to Muffin.
Hey, Muffin.
Oh, hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Excellent.
What are you doing?
Good.
I said, what are you doing?
Oh, we're here like. I'm super.
The game stopped, so we thought we'd just
Yeah, we're
around with a live camera.
No. Do you have anything that you'd like to say about RollOut 2017?
My goodness, I'm totally put on the spot. I don't really know what to say.
I am also being put on the spot here, so it is cool.
It is a super fun event, and everyone should come out and check it out. And if you miss it this year, then you come to next year. So I'm sure they're going to do it every year, right? Right. So, yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah. Got anything? I really like these flamingos.
Flamingos, yes. We have our new gym collection out. It's all Canadian made, bamboo cotton. It's super soft and super amazing. We got a bunch of tanks. We've got t-shirts. We've got like these gym shirts with the big open sides on it. So when you're running, it's all like loose and airy and it cools you down. It's glorious. And then we have our all of our fun super sparkly bottoms that just jazz up your outfit.
What is your favorite color for bottoms? There's a whole rainbow.
I know, but I was gonna say rainbow, but it feels like I'm just saying that because it's RollOut, but it's not. But I just feel like rainbow on the bottoms is so freaking adorable. Oh my God, where's Argyle? Argyle bought my most favorite print, and it's a rainbow print. So she bought it for today, but I ran out of the fabric, so I can't even promote to sell it. But it's great.
Well, we'll catch up with her and let you people at home know what Argyle is wearing. Thank you so much for this impromptu interview, Monster Muffin.
I feel like we nailed it.
We truly did. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Super weird.
Yeah, absolutely super weird. Okay, we got 2 minutes to walk back slowly, otherwise we'll miss the game.
This is TORD photographer Neil Gunner taking photos of the participants in RollOut 2017.
How's it going? Good. Hi.
Hi.
This is so exciting. Should I? This is so exciting.
Yeah. Amazing.
It really is.
Yeah.
Wait.
Get any good shots?
1 or 2. Everything looks good on the little screen. But
Wise words from Neil Gunner. Hi. You have something to say?
No.
All right, then. All right, let's go back.
okay.
Of some large point jams. Meanwhile, Glitterati's keeping it a little more consistent. Big scorers in Dr. Man and Nom de Guerre skates for the Toronto Roller Derby Vipers. And Blossom as well has been a big producer for the Glitterati. and she looks like she's to Spirit. Usually goes under the name of Rainbow Fight. Or wait, that is not. That is a completely different version. Fight of the Concords. I got my fights mixed up.
Isn't that a Jeopardy category? Rainbow Fight of the Concords?
Rainbow Fight of the Concords is if they had a child. Blossom, however, gets out. Lead jammer for the Glitterati.
Warrior Humper heading to the penalty box for the Blundstone Brigade right away. To Spirit going up against Gorshock and V-Rex. The front of that pack as Blossom comes around on her scoring pass. Gets called on a back block. Second back block of the game for Blossom. Another power jam here for the Blundstone Brigade.
As we mentioned in the first half, this is the game that is geared more towards beginner and intermediate skaters. A good time, a good way of kicking off the Pride weekend.
Yeah, and also means we have a wide range of experience levels on the track right now. So the blockers right now, actually everyone in that little clump at turn 4 is pretty experienced. Two Spirits and Heckin' Ally, also known as Wheels of Misfortune, both veterans in Toronto Roller Derby.
Wheels of Misfortune, Heckin' Ally doing a good job drawing Two Spirit all the way back, although now Heckin' Ally getting called on a penalty.
Taboma heading to the penalty box as well, so 2 in the box for the Glitterati. Taboma also skates for Norfolk Roller Girls, and a lot of skaters in Ontario just get around. Like you've got the Peterborough, Lindsay, Northumberland crew, they all seem to skate with each other.
Sometimes you don't get enough skate action in one league, so you go nearby and get some more track time.
And there's so many leagues. Every small town in Ontario has a league now, and there's a lot of sharing going on of resources, refs, NSOs, and skaters between some of those leagues.
That's right, nerd. That was something that really surprised me when I moved here. There just seemed to be every community that you could come up with was able to have a league and have a community there, so I thought that was pretty cool. So that's going to be a 9-4 jam for the Blundstone Brigade. So they're chipping away at that differential. 54 Blundstone Brigade, Glitterati 86.
It's going to be Dr. Manhattan, the skater you were just talking about, coming on the line for the Glitterati up against Devin Rex for the Blundstone Brigade. I'm still shocked that you don't have Blundstones in the States. That's just not a thing.
It's not a thing in the States.
Even in Wisconsin, which is so
even
close to the
in
border.
Wisconsin, it touches a lot of Canada.
The Blundstones just haven't worked their way down.
It's an Australian thing, but also a Canadian. Is it a Commonwealth thing?
Maybe that's it.
It might be. Dr. Man, point pass for the Glitterati.
Crystal Queer coming out of the penalty box, the pivot for the Blundstone Brigade, just coming into your screen now.
Devon Rex still getting hung up in the pack. Come against that looks like Brawls, Beefcake, and Venus Envy, as well as Squirtle, giving them the business.
Rex does now have a pivot on the track, but Crystal Queer seems focused on defense right now. She did pick up 10 points earlier on a star pass, on a star pass. Put in a final hit on Dr. Manhattan, but another Grand Slam picked up for the Glitterati.
Star pass now to Crystal Queer. She's out on her initial. Dr. Manhattan looking for a few more points. Calls it off. Looks like that's going to be another... just waiting for the jam ref to throw him. Looks like 14-point jam for Dr. Manhattan. Glitterati break the century mark.
Nice offense from Beefcake. Beefcake is usually a jammer, so she's got that flair for the offense. Just nice timing on her sweeps. Getting an opportunity to block here regularly in this rollout game.
When you're a blocker who jams regularly, you know the importance of giving your jammer offense, because when you get stuck up, it really sucks.
Back on the track now. Speaking of the skater, sometimes known as Wheels of Misfortune, jamming for Glitterati, but it's Rainbow Roll on the outside who gets through for the Blundstone Brigade. Heckin' Ally held up by Showa Wrecker and Robosexual. Just evades that hip check from Joel Recker on the back stretch to get through. Meanwhile, Rainbow Roll back around and scoring points. Comes up against Gorshak on the inside. Tries to force the blocker out. V-Rex comes in for support, and that forces the call off just as Heckin' Ally was hitting the pack and did manage to steal 2 points at the end of that game. 5 minutes away here, done in the second half, 20-minute halves in this opening game of the 2017 rollout. 102-57 is the score. Glitterati in the white ahead of the Blundstone Brigade in the black.
Now Squirtle on the line going up against Two Spirit. These two are teammates on the Smoke City Bandits.
Squirtle forced to the outside by Crystal Queer. Comes in up against No Slack in the Sack and By Furious. Devin Rex holding the outside.
Pack is just mixed up here on the far straightaway. Spew Spirit gets out first. Lead jam for the Blundstone Brigade.
A little bit more Toronto Roller Derby history. Two Spirit skates as Fight of the Concords, was the first ever graduate from Toronto Junior Roller Derby to be drafted into Toronto Roller Derby.
Ah, I did not know that.
Yep. Skated for 2 years with the juniors before joining the Vipers and then eventually getting drafted by the Smoke City Bandits.
Very cool. Looks like Blundstone Brigade, two Spirit, able to get 3 points on the jam. Heckin' Ally coming up for a pivot line start. Backs far away from each other, now backing up on them. Blossom on the line going up against, I think that's a Nasty Muff for the Blundstone Brigade. First time we've seen her on the line in this game.
Oh, and Blossom just dances along that inside line, gets lead jammer status before exiting, and you're right about Nasty Muff. First opportunity with the star of this game, so the Blundstone Brigade looking to mix things up on the offense, try and get things going now, down by 42.
Blossom caught up in this tripod here. Robosexual Brittany Sears. Nasty Muff trying to find some room on the outside. Looks like she gets through with no penalties legally on her initial pass.
Already picked up a grand slam and looking for more. Spins into the pack. Wasn't able to get any though. So 107.60, 8 minutes in. 12 to go. We've got a whole other game coming up after this one, featuring skaters from Toronto Roller Derby, Queen City Roller Derby, Durham Region Roller Derby, Royal City. We've still got a lot of leagues to be represented in the second game.
So many leagues. 3-4 pack advantage for the Blundstone Brigade. Squirtle, almost getting through on the inside. Gets knocked to the inside by Two Spirit, who's excited about that hit. It looks like might not have been clean, and it was a low block.
Squirtle, though, still not able to get through the pack, and now Beefcake going one-on-one against Devin Rex with Dr. Manhattan. Biggie Brawl supporting Joel Recker, though, with a nice exit hit will drag Squirtle all the way back to the apex. And now facing off one-on-one, putting some shoulders into Squirtle.
Recker doing a lot of this on her own. She plays for the Niagara Charter team. So one of the more experienced skaters on the track, doing a lot of great one-on-one blocking here.
The Glitterati jammer to the penalty box. Power jam opportunity for the Blundstone Brigade. They've been stuck at 60 for a bit. But Devin Rex still on a first pass, gets taken out by Beefcake.
In the back, going one-on-one. Stars off, goes to Joel Recker, who does a little backward skating move, comes through for an initial pass for the Blundstone Brigade.
They'll be able to get the full power jam in. Squirtle is standing. Will come back onto the track. Blundstone Brigade sets the defense. Joel Recker tries to go outside. Very quickly transitions into the middle, but cutting the track call from the outside. Comes in. Power jam shifts now to the Glitterati.
That's rough. comes in. Looks like she went through a little too easy. Squirtle just is able to sweep through on the inside. I think she's a little surprised she was able to get that too. Jam comes to its natural conclusion, so there'll be a power start for the Glitterati.
Glitterati up now 112 to 61. Still not quite double. The Blundstone Brigade hanging in there. It is a power start, and it's going to be not Wheels of Misfortune on the line.
Fake Wheels of Misfortune. Heckin' Ally.
Heckin' Ally, thanks.
Heckin' Ally. Heckin' finds some room on the outside.
Heck yeah.
Gets Heckin' lead Jam.
Nice speedy pass on the outside, and very quickly coming around the track as the pack slowly moves through the first apex. You see a lot of jockeying for position there. Crystal Queer leading the defense on the inside. In and now finally gets through for the scoring pass.
Show a record back in from the box. Slices through the pack. Heckin' Ally calls it off before any more damage can be done. And that's going to be 5-0 Jam. Glitterati 117 to 61.
8:40 to go. Empty penalty box 5-on-5 here, and Beefcake getting an opportunity with the star up against Rainbow Roll. So two regular jammers.
Beefcake trying on some new roles today. Using this as an opportunity to try some new positions.
Beefcake goes in. Rainbow Roll goes out. Now both readjust to the center. Rainbow Roll on the inside absorbs a hit and gets through for lead jammer status. Beefcake, meanwhile, heading to the penalty box on a back block. Power jam Rainbow Roll and the Blundstone Brigade.
Rainbow Roll able to find that room on the inside. Looks like the team in white not doing a really good job of holding that line.
Biggie Brawl's held back. Goated like it's 2010.
Goading's back, nerd. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, it's great. I love it. Rainbow Roll already has 5 looking for more. 10 so far, on this jam, but 5 on that second pass.
Beefcake back in the action. Rainbow Roll calls it off. Kicks up 15 points on that jam. 76 Blundstone Brigade, 117 Glitterati.
So 41 points remains the difference. 7 minutes to go. Brigade with a little bit of a pushback here, though. And Crystal Queer is going to get an opportunity with the star up against Blossom for the Glitterati. Jammers are released. Crystal Queer powering through the middle, but Blossom just a step ahead gets through his lead jammer status. Nice offense from Showa Wrecker. Forces Heckin' Ally out.
Blossom coming up about half a track ahead. Looking to hit the pack, quick points. Does so, passes a few hips. Gets 2, but Blundstone Brigade is able to eke out 1 on that.
6:15 left on the clock. 1-9. Ice took a hit to the lower lip, it looked like. She's heading back to the Glitterati bench.
No slack in the sack for Blundstone Brigade going up against that looks like Dr. Manhattan for the Glitterati. I can't help but not say that with kind of a twang. No slack, gets out first, lead jam for the Blundstone Brigade.
Dr. Manhattan has about 50 feet to make up, but no slack is hustling. Goes right into the pack of Glitterati skaters. Hits her hips, calls it off, picks up 2 points.
2. Chatting, all smiles with Gorsuch, her teammate on the chicks. Gorsuch decides to call a timeout on the way back from the bench to the bench.
So 5 minutes to go in the opening game of the 2017 RollOut. I'm the Derby Nerd here with Kate Silver. You are watching a Layer 9 production. Once again, a big thanks to Layer 9 I always say it, but it's the largest archive of modern flat track roller derby currently on the net. Make sure that you dive in to the Layer 9 archives. That's on the left-hand side of the screen. If you are on layer9.ca, there's archives dating back all the way to 2007, the history of roller derby here in Canada. And of course, if you're just watching and tuning in a little bit late, just getting home from work, if you go to the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a little eyeball in your screen. If you click on that, you'll get the rosters of your favorite roller derby skaters, but at least you give me a sense of who we're talking about.
So Shoel Wrecker and Heckin' Ally, they start early. Looks like there's a pivot line battle. Speaking of 2007.
Yes. The toe stops on the pivot line. But they're going to reset it right at the jam line. 5-on-5. Penalty boxes are empty. Blossom in the white for Glitterati. Crystal Queer in the black. And Blossom takes a big hit from Shoel Wrecker, and that allowed Crystal Queer to sneak through on the inside to pick up the lead jammer status.
Blossom thought she was called lead. Tried to call it off, but Crystal Queer was called lead. Gets out through, gets a natural grand slam for the team in black.
Just past the 5-minute mark. Don't count the Blundstorm Brigade out yet. Looking to put some points on the board right now. A big hit from Heckin' Ally. And V-Rex will supply the drag back. Crystal Queer almost in the clear.
Star pass to Heckin' Ally. She's coming around on her initial. Crystal Queer now working on another scoring pass. Gets through. Calls it off. So that's going to be 10 points for the Bloodstone Brigade. Scores 119 Glitterati, 89 Bloodstone Brigade.
So yeah, suddenly we have ourselves a 30-point game.
Totally doable.
Bloodstorm Brigade slowly chipping away. 4 minutes to go. 2 spear hit up against Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan able to sneak through outside just past Robosexual to pick up lead jammer status.
Two Spirit gets out first, about half a track behind Dr. Manhattan. Pack speeds up a little bit as skaters try to sort out who's going to be where. Dr. Manhattan tries to find some room on the outside, hits the middle of the tripod.
Oh, and Two Spirits going to come in and try and steal a few, just 1 point. But nonetheless, it'll be a 2-1, 3-1 jam. Steal of 1 for Two Spirit.
Glitterati 122 Blundstone Brigade. About 3 minutes remaining in the game.
Packs still full. Heckin' Ally up against Crystal Queer. Jammers release. Crystal Queer attacking the Glitterati defense now. Looking for a bit of a hole. Finally able to power past V-Rex on the inside. Lead jammer status for the Blunstone Brigade.
Falls here. Lots of falls happening. Kind of a ping pong there for Heckin' Ally. Crystal Queer. Oh, big hit there. Big collision with Squirtle. Knocks down basically the entire pack.
Crystal Queer having none of it. Just powering through that pack. And the Blundstone Brigade with 5 points on the jam. Finally a star pass being made. And Heckin' Ally is through, completing the initial pass for the Glitterati.
Looks like there's a big fall around turn 3. Looks like everyone's all right, though. That's the thing about Crystal Queer, or about her. She is flexible.
Huh. There you go. A lot of roller derby skaters come from hockey backgrounds or figure skating backgrounds, but ballet backgrounds, why not?
You know, why not? Dr. Manhattan back in. It's dragged back by Two Spirit.
And there was a penalty called at the end of that last jam, so that was to Crystal Queer. So it's a power start opportunity here for the Glitterati, and they turn it into a lead jammer status.
Looks like Warrior Humper thought she could draw out of bounds. Crystal Queer back, looking to get through on her initial pass.
We are into the final minute on the game clock. I have a feeling if this jam ends, there's going to be a timeout called.
That is probably a good guess, Nerd.
Crystal Queer out and through.
Oh!
Big hit. And Dr. Manhattan's had enough, going to call it off, and a penalty being called as well to the Brigade blocker. And a timeout, there it is, called by Gorshak and the Glitterati. So we're going to get one more jam here in the opening game. And Kate, you've got a game coming up.
I do. I'm playing with Gazy. So really excited for that. Gonna see a lot of folks from a lot of different leagues. A lot of folks that I've played with before. A lot of folks I haven't played with before.
And the level of roller derby should be excellent. Some incredible skaters from the WFTDA charters of Queen City, Royal City, and Toronto roller derby will be skating in that game. So it should be an excellent game.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, Nerd.
We've actually had some incredible games at RollOut in the past. As I mentioned before, we've had skaters from Montreal roller derby, Bay Area, Derby Girls. We've had incredible level of play at RollOut throughout the years. And it's continuing here in 2017. Now we've got the pivot start again. This is great.
Yeah, bringing the history back in. Okay, seeding the pivot line. Heading back to the start line.
They tried.
It's a reoccurring theme in this game. Rainbow Roll gets out first. Lead jam for the Bluntstone Brigade.
10 seconds on the game clock. It's 127.95 for the Glitterati. This will be our final jam of the game. And it's going to take a big one from the Bluntstone Brigade, but they're off to a big start here now. 5 points on the board, down 27, a minute 30 on the jam clock.
And Shoal Wrecker is going to take a seat in the box. So this is a 2-3 pack advantage at the moment for the Glitterati.
Rainbow Roll through for 5, calls it off. Maybe didn't know that there was a winner at RollOut.
Everyone's a winner at RollOut.
Nice comeback from the Bluntstone Brigade, though, down at 42 points at one point with about 5 to go.
Only lost by 23 points. Glitterati 127, Bluntstone Brigade 104. Close game.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Glitterati now taking their victory lap. As we've mentioned, we've got a whole other game coming up, a regulation game coming up here at RollOut 2017. Stick around for that. And of course, we're going to get a lap of love from the Bluntstone Brigade as well. Excellent game from both of these teams.
Absolutely. Really fun. Fun to say all those names.
And it's wonderful to see the Vipers, of course, we've mentioned them a few times. They are the farm team for Toronto roller derby.
Really fun to see the development of these skaters throughout the season.
So we are going to wrap things up here for Game 2 because Kate Silver has a quick turnaround for Game 2.
Gonna have to put everything on and get right back out there. So I'll see you all in a couple minutes.
That's right. We'll see Kate Silver on the track. I'm going to be doing the venue call, but we will have continued coverage of RollOut 2017 here on layer9.ca. So please stick around. Game 2 coming up in about 10 minutes. Good luck in Game 2.
hold your beer for you?
No, absolutely not. I'll just. It's MVP ceremony. All right, here we are at the RollOut first game, highly anticipated MVP award ceremony. We have Gorshak here with the awards for the Blundstone Brigade as they anxiously await. They quiver with anticipation. Rainbow Roll has won MVP Jammer, a hard-earned award. And our MVP blocker is in the washroom, everybody. I believe it was number 187 from the Blundstone Brigade. MVP Blossom wins MVP Jammer for the Glitterati. And Gorshak won the MVP blocker. The giver of the MVP awards is now receiving one. Look at them, thumbs up. These are highly esteemed awards. And now the ceremonial team photo to celebrate this big gay bout. Everybody be sure to appreciate the glory that is Swearwolf's outfit. That pirate hat is something to behold. Yeah. Oh, hello, Blossom.
Hi.
I am here to put people on the spot
Oh, God.
because I have been put on the spot to do some interviewing. So, how was that game for you?
It was really interesting because I did not expect to play the entire game. I had been not playing for a couple months now, so this was my return to play game, and got lead a couple times. And I think my parents are watching at home, so hi, Mom and Dad. And yeah, so I'm really happy. The entire team was amazing. We had some really good defense and offense. Really, I was out of shape, so my team did some really good offense to let me just go on and pose at times, and it was just an overall good game.
That's awesome. Do you have any big plans for the Pride weekend?
Yes, actually, TORD is going to be in the parade, so I'm going to be skating, a little PR over here, and I'm also participating in Family Pride weekend for me.
Well, that's what Pride's all about. It's about keeping busy.
And Pride, remember everyone, is not just a parade. It's something that we do every day.
Wise words from an MVP. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the after party.